Eddie Brock and his talkative symbiote are back in Venom 2, which follows Eddie as he adapts to being Venom's host and tries to get his career back on track by interviewing serial killer Cletus Cassidy. But when Cassidy gets a nasty symbiote of his very own, well, there will clearly be some carnage. The recent first trailer for Venom 2 didn't reveal too much of the plot, but it does show some changes that they've made to the characters and tone of the story. Hey, and welcome to Screen Rant, I'm Greg Elliott, and here's every way that Venom There Be Carnage is fixing the first movie.
Eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many snacks, so little time.
Critics weren't particularly kind to the first Venom, but audiences seemed to like it a lot more than they did. Some reviewers just didn't like the lack of Spider-Man, but it was mainly called out for its story, pace, and tone. The first trailers for Venom 1 made it seem like it was going to be kinda dark, but it ended up having a lot of humor, which took everyone a little bit by surprise. So that weird Eddie-Venom dynamic and all the humor and strangeness that critics didn't like are actually what audiences did like. And based on the recent trailer, it looks like Venom 2 is just gonna lean all the way into that this time, and Tom Hardy even appears to have changed Venom's voice a bit to fit the lighter vibe. In case you missed it the first time around, the post-credit scene of Venom 1 took us to San Quentin Prison and introduced Cletus Cassidy, otherwise known in the comics as He Who Becomes Carnage. But for a lot of people, that scene wasn't memorable because of Woody Harrelson or the bloody introduction of Cassidy himself. It was because of that crazy red curly wig that Woody was wearing. We understand that the filmmakers were trying to give Cletus something like the bright red hair that he's known to have in the comics, but it did make him look a lot like Little Orphan Annie, so they've tamed down the color and the curls for Venom 2, with director Andy Serkis now saying that they wanted to, quote, give a sense that he's been in there for some time and that he's gone through various changes, which is maybe just his way of saying that Cletus has had a hard-knock life?
Life hurts, Eddie. It just does.
But aside from the tone and the hair, the biggest change we're getting in Venom 2 is a better villain than the first movie, when Eddie and Venom took on Carlton Drake / Riot. In the comics, Riot is one of 5 symbiotes forcefully spawned from Venom, and while it has had its big moments in the comics, it's nowhere near as memorable as Carnage. The Carnage symbiote is also a spawn of Venom, but when it bonds with a crazy person like Cletus Cassidy, the result is something far more powerful and deadly than Riot, or even Venom for that matter. As far as the comics go, Carnage has always been more popular than Riot, so fans are understandably a lot more excited to see him in a Venom movie than almost anybody else.
The chocolate delivery hasn't arrived yet.
No! We had a deal.
The trailer for Let There Be Carnage made sure to show a bit more of Cassidy's personality and even his transformation into Carnage, and even threw in some little Easter eggs and teases that we don't quite yet know how will play out. But we'll be sure to keep you posted as we learn more about Sony Pictures' universe of Marvel characters, so keep coming back to Screen Rant to stay in the loop. Until next time, guys, I'm Greg Elliott, thank you for watching, and I'm out of here. See ya.